Day one of San Francisco 49ers rookie minicamp is in the books. We got our first look at a couple of the rookies. Some didn't participate, but some definitely did, including the number 11th overall pick, Mykel Williams, already out here flattening some of the coaches. So we'll take a look at some of the sights and sounds that we got from 49ers rookie minicamp. We'll take a look. There's a ton of roster moves that were made today. So we'll go over those and we'll just talk some 49ers football because it's been a while and I miss you guys. So let's get into it all. But you guys already know what to do. I know you guys haven't forgot. Drop an SDS into the chat, smash that like button, and let's get into it all right now. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down, SDS? Oh boy, it is good to be back. First live in quite some time, but it's good to see all the SDS checking in. Red Gang from all over the world. Love you guys. I appreciate everyone who's reached out over this time. All that good stuff. I appreciate you all, but I am glad to be back, ready to talk some San Francisco 49ers football, do all that good stuff, and all that everything that we got. And of course, Mother's Day around the corner. We're going to be thinking about you, Rick. And we got people checking in from Australia. Sheesh. Worldwide, baby. SDS across the globe. I miss you guys too. Glad to be back. You know what I missed as well? I missed 49ers football. I don't think I realized how much I missed 49ers football till today. We got our first look at Mykel Williams, and boy, oh boy, that dude is huge. Like, let's not. There's no. he's just massive. You see some of these clips that have come out. You got this one from NBC Sports Bay Area. And you just get the sense of the big frame, long arms, the strength, the power, all that good stuff, man. The number 11th overall pick out of Georgia, Mykel Williams. Not only do we get the first look at Mykel, but Mykel already out here putting coaches on his back. Look at this guy right here, right by my head. Dude, I feel bad. I feel bad for our guy down there. Like, he looks like a turtle. He's like, oh, I can't get up. You got Mykel out here, man, already looking explosive. We want to get a little bit better of a look at Mykel, man. You just get the sense right here of the physical nature, the ability to bench press, shed. Yes, we know. No pads. It's day one of rookie minicamp. We get it. We understand the context. I don't need you to explain it to me. We understand. But again, we know how to contextualize what we're looking at. Yes, we can contextualize individual drills on day one, no pads. And you just get a sense. You get a sense because you can see what is going to translate. What is going to translate is those heavy hands, that strike. That there's real legitimate power behind those long arms. And that's, to me, what is so exciting. And why, again, I didn't love this pick initially, but I have become more and more high on this pick because I feel like I understand. here what the picture is. And this is just a glimpse of it. Shedding, getting off the block, putting his coach on his back, instantly giving out a hand, get back up, man, I got you, and runs back into the line. I mean, this guy is literally as young as they come, 20, 21 years old. And one of the things that I really do love about him specifically is the fit, right? He is going. I was talking to one of my guys who works for the NFL um, for their creative department, and we were talking, in Green Bay at the draft, and we were talking about the Mykel Williams pick, and kind of talking about how it was met with some, mixed reviews. And I told him like how I had to like rationalize the pick. It was he's not a speed rusher. Like he is not going to be one of these guys that is a Brian Burns rushing off the edge, because you guys know I've been hunting for my own Brian Burns for quite some time. But that's not necessarily what he is right now. What he is right now is he's an edge setter. He's a souped up Charles Omenihu, a younger Charles Omenihu. Um, and we saw how much success Charles Omenihu had coming in with the San Francisco 49ers. Now think of Charles Omenihu. I don't want to say this because I don't want to imply anything. I'm not going to say it. Just a souped up Charles Omenihu, right? That's younger, has way more upside, and that is how he's going to be used. I really do believe he's going to be a base down edge, and they're going to kick him inside to rush over the guard. And then again, you think of the mismatch that he is going to present to those guards with shorter arms, aren't as agile as the tackles in the NFL. This guy is going to be able to wreak havoc. It might not be from a traditional off the edge, bend the corner, rip through. He can do that, but I think that needs to be a part of his game that is developed. Where I see him having immediate impact is as a edge setter in the run game, and base downs, first, second down, kicking down into the interior, rushing over the 3-tech, and making guards' lives a living hell. That is what I see. And you see those strong hands. You see those long arms. You see the power. You see the pad level. That's what I like. That's power. That's pure power. So he doesn't strike me as a finesse guy. He's a guy who could develop finesse moves, but this guy's pure power. And it's like, yes, it's day one, rookie minicamp, no pads, going up against coaches that are like in sumo suits. But at the end of the day, you see the power. You see it. It's there. And so definitely one guy that I'm getting more hyped on as the days go on. He is definitely going to be someone that is going to be solid. Justin says, I hadn't watched any Mykel pre-draft, but watching him set the edge, he looks like an even more powerful Isaiah McGuire. Hey, we know Isaiah McGuire very well out of Mizzou. Yeah, bigger, longer. So I see the vision. Like, again, because my vision specifically was speed. The 49ers said, no, Brad, we have a different vision. Our vision is power, and not only power from guys like Mykel Williams, but I mean, you got big old Alfred Collins, man, looking like, I don't even know, just a monster. 6'5", insanely long arms, I think 70-inch wingspan. Crazy. Yes, so we do have an update on some of the rookies who did and did not participate. So I'll get that out the way right now. So in regards to players who didn't participate, this is according to Matt Barrows of The Athletic. Defensive tackle Alfred Collins is dealing with a calf injury, so he did not participate today. I did see someone else mention that he was in a walking boot at his pro day, so might be a lingering issue that he's been dealing with. But I'm just happy to hear no knees or anything like that. Calf, all right, we could deal with that as long as it's a certain kind of calf strain. All the PTSD is kicking back up. But defensive tackle Alfred Collins is a guy that I'm really excited about. I think that when you look at his ability and you pair what he could be in the run game on top of what he could be in the passing game, you think of how the 49ers have kind of built this defensive line and kind of retooled it through the draft. I'm excited about it. Other players that aren't participating today in minicamp are safety Marquise Siegel, reason unknown, quarterback Curtis Rourke, knee, and linebacker Stone Blanton is getting married. According to Barrows, he says Collins and Siegel's issues don't seem serious. Rourke could be ready early in training camp because I think he suffered an ACL injury, or he had ACL surgery in January. And very, very good joke here by Matt Barrows. He says Blanton's might be a lifelong condition. That's pretty funny. So I don't think it's anything too serious as it stands right now. But I mean, you think of the 49ers' new Twin Towers, you think of Mykel Williams, you think of Alfred Collins. These are two guys that I'm really excited about. I think right now I'm more excited about Alfred Collins just because I see how disruptive he is as an interior player, and how he looks like, again, long arms. Long arms is really a theme here with Collins and Mykel, and just the ability to bench press guys, shed blocks, and hold the line of scrimmage feels like something that 49ers are going to have for the first time in a long time. I was talking about it on a previous video, but it felt like 49ers haven't had a good edge setter since Cleveland Farrell. And Cleveland Farrell was a veteran guy signed off the streets, almost like a vet minimum. And they just really just have been hunting for that guy. And, at one point, I think the San Francisco 49ers thought Drake Jackson might be that guy. But unfortunately for Drake Jackson, he was actually waived today. The former second-round draft pick has been waived with a failed physical designation. So I know there's kind of some doubt about Drake Jackson's ability to be available this season. And then he made a post a couple days ago saying, like, if you doubt me this and I'm going to play this year, et cetera, just for a couple days later, he has officially been waived, the 61st pick in the 2002 NFL draft. If you guys don't remember, that was the first draft where the 49ers had to go through, post Trey Lance saga, where they didn't have a first round pick. So Drake Jackson was the first pick in that class. Showed upside. He was a very raw prospect. Didn't have a ton of technical upside, but a ton of physical upside. And he had 6 to 7 sacks, throughout his career. There was some promise of Drake Jackson. I mean, there were glimpses of Drake where we're like, all right, there's definitely a potential for something here. I mean, he's only 24 years old as of today. So Drake Jackson absolutely could have been a guy that maybe contributed and developed like we had hoped for. But unfortunately, the knee injury that he suffered in 2023 that kept him out of 2024 might even keep him out of 2025. So I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if the San Francisco 49ers would bring him back in any capacity, maybe later on down the road. But as it stands right now, no more Drake Jackson. But again, kind of switching gears back to today's rookie minicamp, um, and how best get to see a couple of the guys again, courtesy of some of the beat reporters out there putting out stuff. We talked about Mykel. We talked about the second round draft pick. He did not perform due to a calf injury, so he just kind of watched from the sides. You have Nick Martin, who was a 49ers draft pick at linebacker, rocking number 45. 45 was last worn by Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. Again, you see some of the speed that Nick Martin brings to the table. We also saw guys out there like Upton Stout. I'm very excited about Upton Stout, man. I think he's going to be a contributor day one out of the nickel. I think I think Stout is a player again. He was one of the guys that stood out to me at the Senior Bowl. Um, he's a small package, 5'8", but he plays much larger than it, and you can tell that's a guy with a ton of energy and looking really solid, and a guy that I'm looking forward to seeing more of. We saw some of our first glimpses at guys like CJ West. He's rocking number 50. I would have to imagine he will be getting a new number when it's time. But again, that guy just looks like DJ Jones. It's kind of crazy. All the archetypes that the 49ers drafted, right? Mykel Williams, kind of a Charles Omenihu mixed with Alden Smith type vibe. You look at Alfred Collins, kind of Javon Kinlaw, DeForest Buckner type. Um, and then again, Nick Martin's kind of like a Dre Greenlaw type. And then Upton Stout, like K1 Williams. And then CJ West, just like DJ Jones. So you kind of see a little bit of it all. You got guys like Jordan Watkins. Watching Jordan Watkins, you can tell he's just an athlete. He's just smooth. He's just smooth. Like he's crisp in and out of his breaks. The way he breaks down, gets out of his breaks. He just looks solid. Like the body language. And again, you're seeing him run individual drills and stuff like that. But Jordan Watkins, to me, is an intriguing guy just because of how well he moves. So excited to see that. We got to see the running back Jordan James out of Oregon State, rocking number 29. I don't mind 29 on him. But I'm curious to see. It's really hard to get a super, super good read on running backs without contact. So um, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, can't wait to see what the thud periods are going to look like during training camp because, again, he strikes me as a physical runner, a guy who's going to be the Jordan Mason replacement, and really going to be a guy that I think can see snaps this year, especially kind of in the goal line area, red zone area. A guy who works really well in a phone booth, has the ability to find creases, all of those different things. Like he's a runner that I think could make an impact as a rookie. Obviously, he's got an uphill battle getting on the field with Christian McCaffrey and Isaac Garendo ahead of him. But I'm curious to see what that looks like. So yeah, got a good look at some of these guys. You got Junior Bergen out there, number 86, the seventh round draft pick out of Montana. I think primarily brought in to be a returner more than anything else. Oh, we got some big news. The San Francisco 49ers have signed quarterback Curtis Rourke. Sorry. I should have clarified before saying quarterback. Rookie quarterback Curtis Rourke has been signed. Yes, not the quarterback we have all been waiting for, I'm sure. We obviously haven't talked to you guys about that in a while. What's your current confidence level of the 49ers getting, I would say let's do it 0 to 100, drop it in the chat. What's your confidence level 0 to 100 that the San Francisco 49ers get Brock Purdy signed before mandatory minicamp? I'm pretty confident. I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty confident. I think we're gonna get it done. I think we're gonna be expeditious. And I'm hopeful. Again, it goes against every bit of logic that I have from covering this team over the years. My brain should probably be like, Brad, this isn't your first rodeo now. You've been through these negotiations for quite some time. But I do think because it is the quarterback, I think that it makes sense. I think that I think the fact that Kittle got signed already. I think the fact that he showed up to phase one, he's out there on the field. I think that's the huge element to it is that he's practicing. One of the things that we always talk about with why we don't like contract negotiations during the off season, especially that run into training camp, is no practice. The reason why they don't practice is because you don't want to get injured while on the field in the middle of a negotiation. It's definitely a challenge, right? So the fact that he's out there, he's practicing, Kittle signed, and again, I take this all the way back to the exit interviews where I made a big deal about what Brock Purdy had to say about mandatory minicamp and OTAs being a very crucial time for this team and not wanting to have to miss that due to a contract negotiation. To me, I was like, yeah, he just told us. That's the first holdout deadline. OTAs and mandatory minicamp. Because again, I agree with Brock. Brock's a quarterback. Brock is a guy who I think has seen enough of these negotiations to understand kind of the delicate nature and balance of them. So I do think that with Brock, he understands one, as a leader of the team, he's got to be there. He's got to be pushing this thing forward, and he's got to get work with these new guys. Like he's got, a lot of similar guys coming back, but there's also some rookies. There's also guys like Demarcus Robinson, who I think we're kind of waiting to see if he will get suspended or not. And situation. So we'll see how it goes. But based on looking at the chat, I mean, it's all over the place. I would say that the average, it looks like, is probably 50% or above. There are some people that are, I saw a 0 in there. Chili's throwing 31 and a whole bunch of other numbers, but it does feel like that it's 50 or above for the most part. So I think we're gonna get it in there. Shirley says, "Thank you for all you do, Brad." Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys who continue to tune in and just listen to me talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I really, really do appreciate it. Um, you- I talk about football, bro. You think that something I learned? I don't even know if I probably learned that. There wasn't, but isn't it 3.14? Isn't it 3.14? I don't know. I could be wrong. Anything math related um, that I learned in grade school has left my brain, never to return. Uh, so, uh, yeah. So it's not pi. It's not pi. You're wrong. I'm right. Look at that. Look at that. Chili says my B minus in math is not paying off. Man, that's crazy that I just corrected you on a math situation. That's wild. Because that never happens. But anyways, uh, I'm excited about it. Let's see. I think David posted a video. I haven't watched it yet. Let's take a look. We can all kind of watch it together. I think he posted some sights and sounds. And then we'll recap the rest of the 49ers. The 49ers made a bunch of roster moves today. So we'll talk about that in a second. This is from Lombardi. He posted this to Twitter. Make sure no sound. So you can see this was from Alfred Collins. He was working off to the side. I can't wait to see this guy in pads, man. I cannot wait. Choo! Okay, this is the first time I've seen this. Oh yeah, we like that. That's pretty equal get off there by CJ West and Mykel Williams. But dude, Mykel, I see the vision, man. He is huge. I mean, I know CJ West isn't a specimen. He's a 6'1", 6'2" guy, but I mean, dude, he's huge. I'm hyped, man. I'm really excited to see these guys in training camp, see what that looks like. Is this Watkins? No, who's 14? Oh, this is Isaiah Nayer, the wide receiver, I think out of Nebraska. He's kind of rangy. You know who he immediately reminds me of? Um, of course, I blank on his name the second it pops into my brain. Tay Martin. Tay Martin, I think, is currently on the Tennessee Titans. But we had Tay Martin on the squad for I think like almost 3 years as an undrafted free agent. I thought Tay Martin had some upside. But that's what he kind of reminds me of, like frame wise. Kind of looks like Tay Martin. And yes, he is wearing Ricky Pearsall's old football number, which was 14, because he is now taking over Debo's one. and is rocking Uno per Pure Sol. This is Nick Martin rocking the D Flan 45, which is weird because Flan's been here for like 6 years. But he's got that Dre Greenlaw build. There's Upton. I don't know. Upton's 5'8", but he doesn't strike me as like being small. I know he's small. I don't know how to make that make sense. He's small, but he's built well for being 5'8". Is that Jake Lynch? Oh, I think it is. Oh, look at Jake, man. How inspirational. Yeah, I think that's John Lynch's son, who was added to the coaching staff right there, playing quarterback. He was on Washington Huskies staff last year. I think he's a defensive QC this year. So that's cool. That's cool to see Jake out there slinging the rock. Having fun with the boys. Ooh. Ooh. Look at Moss. All right, I'm gonna have to watch this dude's tape. I'm first of all wearing my old number 55. He's built like a unit. Dude. Oh. I have not watched his tape yet. This undrafted free agent that the 49ers signed. I haven't watched his tape yet. So I know nothing about this guy. I'm super behind on a lot of tape, but he's Colorado State offensive guard Drew Moss. He's built. He's got some broad shoulders. And okay, you got Connor Colby, the 7th round draft pick out of Iowa. I was actually watching some Connor Colby yesterday. I'm kind of interested in this guy right here. He's got that center build. That's what I'm like, oh, that looks like who's the Raiders center? Powers Jackson. He has the same build. So Colby, Weir. There's Colby right there. Ooh, I got some homework. To do. I want to dive into the Moss tape. I'm intrigued just by the frame. Look at look at oh. All right. I'm intrigued. My offensive, like, use Colby. I'm kind of intrigued. Like the back. My offensive line spidey senses are tingling a little bit here. Pause. But I'm okay. Look at that minimal gut look at minimal resistance on the gut. Bro, I told you I didn't realize how much I miss football until I saw some of these clips. Oh, I can't wait. Now if I get into this tape and the tape matches the build, all right, we're gonna be talking here. We're gonna be talking. So I got some work to do. I got some work to do. Again, that video courtesy of David Lombardi. Make sure you go check out his channel, all that good stuff. I'm sure you already are. Um, but yeah, all right, all right. I got something to look at now. he said, he said, I think he's getting rizzed up by Moss right now. Maybe. I saw that 55. I'm telling you, man, I wore 55, so I'm like, oh, well, he's got a great number right out the gate. Great number. Listen, man, I'm weird. I feel like I know how to scout body language. I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird phenomena. Maybe it's because I've been around football for so freaking long, my whole life. I don't know. You can just kind of just get like a sense, like a glimpse. So hey, if his tape matches, the initial the initial uh you know infatuation based on the build, oh, we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, I thought that was pretty funny. Oh man. So anyways, chat is wilding, and honestly I missed it. I missed it. I miss you guys. I miss you guys going crazy in the chat. I miss Chili throwing random things at me. Miss all the homies in the chat. So yeah, I'm having. It's good to be back. I appreciate you guys, man. Good to talk some ball. Good to see some ball again. Just seeing some of the boys out there, some of the new blood, some of the thick boys, out there, putting our evaluation hats back on. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that smell, that smelly smell. Starting to smell like football, man. Oh, I can't wait. It's it's been a while. It's been longer than normal. It's been a while, right? Because we didn't have the playoff run. Joey says, "I missed your chats. You make football fun." I appreciate that. That's cool. I try to. I think people make football way too serious. It's like, man, at the end of the day, we're playing a game. Let's relax. Let's chill out. Oh man. But dude, I'm excited for what the 49ers got here, man. I think some fans are confused what the 49ers are. I think some pundits believe they know what the 49ers are, which is washed, cooked. Uh, I saw a thing like Damian Woody talking about, oh, the 49ers window is shut. Good. Please shut your imaginary window on the San Francisco 49ers, because if there's one thing that I've noticed when covering this team, they always play better with a chip on their shoulder. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because you got a bunch of dogs out here who have had to get it out the mud, so they're used to being doubted, they're used to being overlooked, and there's just something that comes along with that. And I can speak to that as a content creator. I feel that, being overlooked, being doubted, all of these things. It adds a different level of fire to you. Yes, you want to go out here and you want to execute, you want to do your job, you want to do it at a high level, but there's those intangible qualities, right? That like, I'm pissed. I want to get this. I want to perform. I want to execute, but I'm also pissed. And I think it's healthy, especially in a competitive sport like football. I think it's I think there's internal motivation. I think there's external motivation. And I think when you figure out what fuels you, um, I think I think with the 49ers, I think that they have been fueled by being overlooked and being doubted. And I think that's what's happening right now. I think, you look at the situation that was played out with Brock, half the fan base is turned on him. Uh, Brock is no longer a feel good story anymore, right? He's now officially overrated. Um, you've got a lot of people down that 49ers offensive line. And hey, for good reason in some instances. Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel struggled pretty substantially last year. Obviously, Banks isn't here anymore. Obviously, Trent Williams dealing with some injuries. Dominic Pooney obviously played super well, um, but he was a rookie as well. I will continue to say that Colton McKivitz is better than all y'all make him seem, and I will fight you all to the death. Even if I love you, I will still fight you. That Colton McKivitz is better than you guys give him credit for. And I think he actually takes a step forward this year. I've talked about it a couple times. Colton McKivitz is putting in work. He is putting in work right now. I follow his trainer, and I've talked to his trainer. What did he? This is what he told me. Let me see if I can kind of give you a glimpse. So Colton McKivitz played at 318 pounds last year. 318, pretty standard, right? So I'm watching these workout videos, and he's doing hills in San Francisco. He's doing Pilates. He's working his tail off. And I'm like, man, he looks lean. I'm like, man, are you guys cutting weight? Because Colton McKivitz looks like he's leaning out. Like he's looking like he's putting on more muscle, and he looks like he's leaning out. He said, no, he's gained weight. He's 330 pounds right now. I said, what? He's like, yeah, he's putting on more muscle and he's burning the fat. So he's cutting fat, so somehow I'm like looking at Colton McKivitz. I'm like, dude, this dude's leaning. And he's like, no, he's not. He's 330. I was like, what? How is he 330? He looks skinnier than he was last year. How does that make sense? Well, we know why it makes sense, because muscle weighs more than fat. So he's cutting the fat and he's putting on muscle. They're working on a ton of hip flexibility so he can get lower pad level, better anchor. I'm telling you, like, he's putting in some crazy, crazy work right now. And I saw the progression from year 1 to year 2. With the work that he's putting in, I see the progression from year 2 to year 3. And McKivitz, if he comes out and he performs better than he did last year, you think Jalen Moore got a lot of money? Colts McKivitz is going to get paid. Might not be by the San Francisco 49ers, but McKivitz is going to get a contract if he comes out and plays better than he did last year. So I'm a firm believer that I think McKivitz actually performs better because I actually see the work. I'm understanding what he's doing, and I've already seen his progression from year 1 to year 2. So, again, the original point of what I was saying is that the San Francisco 49ers are doubted. Colton McKivitz is one of those guys who's got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but of course, the fan base rags on him a bunch, and he's in a contract year. He's playing for pennies, uh, all things considered, when it comes to starting offensive linemen. So I think Colton McKivitz has a great year next year, as long as he stays healthy, knock on wood. Um, and we just got to figure out the interior a little bit more. But, the 49ers got a lot to prove. Kyle Shanahan's got a lot to prove. John Lynch has got a lot to prove. Jed York's got a lot to prove. They got to get back. They got to get this thing back on the tracks. So we'll see. Michael says Brad is a McKivitz apologist, and I'm a Moody apologist. We did get a Jake Moody update from Brant Boyer. It does sound like Jake Moody is going to be he's not going to get released. I think some 49er fans have believed or think he should get released. He's not going anywhere. The San Francisco 49ers invested a third-round draft pick into him, and they're going to see that through. And I do think that Moody is going to have every single chance to win this job, and it might be a good thing for Moody to get a change of scenery. One of the things that I thought was pretty cool was when Brant Boyer was talking about why they brought in John Weeks, the long snapper, is because they felt he would help his development. Breaking news, it was Pepper all along. I mean, that's kind of what Brant was saying. He's like, Weeks can come in here and help Moody. Like, he can help him become a better kicker. And again, I mentioned this on the video talking about this yesterday, but Weeks played his whole career in one team. I think it was like 15 years, 14 years with the Texans as a long snapper, as a captain. They freaking love him over there. Dude, I'm telling you, I had multiple people who either worked for the 49ers or are 49er fans who work in the Texans organization. The second we signed John Weeks, they DM'd me. They're like, you are going to love this guy. The long snapper? Like, okay. But it was like, they're like, it was so random. It was like, oh, you guys got a good one. I'm like, the 39-year-old long snapper? Like, yeah. I was like, you guys are gonna love this guy. I'm like, well, all right. So I think he really and you see being able to sustain one place at one time for that long, building in the community like he has, and then obviously Brant Boyer has immediately is like, oh, we're gonna bring this guy in. And so, I think they're going to give him every shot. They haven't brought in a veteran kicker yet, but they did bring in a rookie kicker. So there's a rookie kicker at rookie minicamp right now. They also brought in a punter. I'm also of the belief that I'm not really sure if Mitch Wishnowsky is going to be, I don't know. Mitch has been dealing with some back issues. Might make sense to just kind of move forward with a new guy, new blood in the room. I know Mitch is a great guy, loved in the organization and in the locker room. But again, if you're gonna, he's just been dealt with injuries all year last year, including throughout training camp. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, I forgot that they hired Gus Bradley. I forgot about that. 49ers they got Robert Saleh, Gus Bradley, KJ Wright. I forgot about that hire. Yeah, I remember that happened when I was at the Super Bowl. Gus Bradley's here. I forgot. So, I, in regards to the special teams thing, um, I don't know. Maybe this is a good thing. And Brant, I like Brant. Brant seems like he doesn't strike me as a typical special teams coach. And again, what's a typical special teams coach? I don't know. I've never really played that much special teams. I just think of special teams coaches kind of like the kickers, just kind of off to the side. Brant seems like he's just a dude. Like he'll be chilling with the offensive line or the defensive line. Like, he seems like a guy that demands a fierce type of play. One of the favorite things that I think he had to say was, when it's special teams, it's one-on-one. The whole thing, everything we're doing on special teams is one-on-one. And I'm going to drill it into your brain and set the standard that we got to win one-on-one in special teams. And I'm like, all right, I like this. I like the vibe. I like the energy. He strikes me as like a linebacker coach coaching kickers and special teams. I like it. I don't know. I'm like, oh, little fire, little kind of like a red ass. Like, I'm like, all right, maybe he can unlock something in Moody. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But definitely a big year for Moody. Big year for a lot of players on the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm excited, man. I really am. I think I am always excited at the beginning of the year because it's a blank slate, right? It's optimism. We don't know what the story holds, and you can paint whatever picture you want in your brain of what this season's going to look like. People are going to paint a picture of doom and gloom. People are going to paint a picture of rainbows and lollipops. I don't know. Maybe there's a picture where it's somewhere in the middle. But what I do like and appreciate about this time of the year is you do have that ability to look through an optimistic lens for this time frame. Again, I think that this offseason wasn't a perfect offseason for the San Francisco 49ers, but I do think it was a good offseason for the 49ers. I think getting Robert Saleh, Gus Bradley, huge additions. Brant Boyer, huge addition. I think we're already kind of see that playing out, especially with hearing from those guys for the first time the other day. And then on top of that, Kittle gets paid. Looks like Brock is going to get paid. Hey, I'm all for it. Let's go. Brock, franchise quarterback for the next couple years at minimum, sign me up. I am down. I am not against it. Pairing him with Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, hopefully a healthy Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings. Maybe we get a little something out of Jacob Cowling. I don't know. Maybe some of these rookie wide receivers coming in. I think the offense has the opportunity to take a step forward. Kyle Shanahan not having to worry about the defense. He's got literally a head coach, a former DC on his own team who became a head coach with another DC who's only been a DC or head coach basically for the last 15 years on the defensive side of the ball. Kyle does not have to worry about defense. Put Kyle in the lab, revamp this offense, find that thing that made Kyle's offense so special. Reinvent it, rediscover it. I don't even know like the exact word, like just figure it out. Because last year did not feel like I was watching a Kyle Shanahan offense. It just didn't. And I think it starts with Kyle. I think it starts with Brock, the offensive line, and it goes from there. So I'm hopeful that those guys change some things up. Clint Kubiak. I think it's Clint or Clay. Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak. Is it Clint or is it Clay? No, Clint works for the Seattle Seahawks. Clay Kubiak. There we go. I got to get that right. Clay Kubiak. You're going to have to check me on that a couple times because I'm absolutely going to call Clay Clint multiple times. But Clay Kubiak now in the OC role sounds like he's taking on a bigger role in the play calling realm than Forster, which I think is a good thing. Love Forster. I want to keep Forster on the O-line. I think that's where he's best suited. And now you got Clay able to cook some stuff up. And excited to see what that looks like. I mean, he's been with the Niners since 2021, started as defensive quality control coach, then went to assistant quarterbacks coach, went to the passing game specialist last year. Now he's offensive coordinator this year. So it's going to be fascinating to see how Brian Griese, or the lack of Brian Griese, is impacted in this situation. But I am thankful to have Brian Griese around because I do think that he was great for Brock, growing into his role and growing into his position. So I do think that, it stinks that, Griese's not here. But I do think that Brock has probably learned a ton from a guy who played the quarterback position at a high level. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it. We'll see how the adjustments go, and we'll see how everything comes together. But at the end of the day, some new, fresh perspective might not be a bad thing. Are they going to sign Brock? I think so. I do believe so. I do think that it's going to be in the range of 53 to 55. I think the fact that Josh Allen signed at 55 per year, I think kind of helped keep him at that level. But what I am fascinated is I think the more important number is the guaranteed money. I think Josh Allen signed for $220 million guaranteed in guaranteed cash flow. What is Brock signing for? Like 140, 160. I would say it's going to come out to 55 annual. The guaranteed money is going to look around. I'm going to say low is 140, medium is 160 million, high would be 180. I don't know if Brock would hit the 200 mil guaranteed threshold. He could, but I think those are the numbers that I think matter the most. I think everyone's so focused on APY. I really could care less about APY. I think it's the guaranteed money, and where does the guaranteed slot? So we'll see. Will it be 180 plus? Will it be 160? Will it be 140? Again, 140 feels like the floor. 160 to 170 feels in range. of something that might work for both sides. And obviously 180 plus would be a lot. But isn't it crazy though, man? Like I know they got to play the game, and I know they got to play, not just play the game for himself, for his agent, for his family. You got to play the game for the position, man. You got to get the most you can for your position. It's just the nature of this business. And I mean, when Brock signs, for whatever Brock signs for, would be money that I don't know if he ever anticipated ever getting. Being a Mr. Irrelevant, I don't, I can only imagine the stress that will be lifted off his shoulders after this happens. Everyone's going to chirp him for how much he gets paid, how much he plays. Every time he has a bad game, they're going to bring up the checkbook. We know how the story goes. But at the end of the day, man, I can imagine for him, it's going to be a huge weight lifted off his back, because one of the things that I felt like I saw from Brock last year was him pressing, like him putting too much pressure on himself. That was his biggest issue, I thought, was he put too much pressure on himself. He tried to do too much, and that's right. Everyone's like, oh, he's got to do more. He's got to put more on his shoulders. It's like, not necessarily. He just got to play. He's got to play free of pressure, confident, just flow. I want Brock in a flow state. I don't want Brock like, oh, I got to do everything. I don't want that. Oh, I got to do everything because I need to get paid. I need my contract. Like, it's contract year, blah, blah, blah. I don't want that. I want Brock sign on that dotted line, move that to the past, and just flow. That's what I want from Brock. I want Brock back into a flow state, and where he's just cooking, where he's on the hibachi, just cooking up. Like I don't want him to stress. And I don't think the talking and the yapping, dude has been doing this for too long now that I really can't imagine the yapping bothers him. I mean, he has been a headline maker, game manager, game changer, since his rookie year. So I can't imagine that the yapping bothers him. I think the biggest thing has been this contract. And like, what does the future hold? And I really do believe that the 49ers presenting him this contract of like, you're our guy. And, I'm sure the negotiations have been a little contentious, a little. We know how negotiations go around here. It gets a little squirrely. But I think back to the article that Nick Wagner wrote. I think it was in the middle of the season in 2023. I think back to him openly discussing how Kyle Shanahan sat him down and said, we're going to go after Tom Brady. And the way that Brock rationalized it, he rationalized it by saying, wait, I thought I played good enough. I thought I did enough by taking this team to the NFC Championship that I am the guy moving forward. Keep in mind, this was a year where he was battling with Trey Lance and Sam Darnold in training camp. And I just think back to that article where he says, wait, I thought I was your guy. I thought I did enough. Now, we can all sit back and rationalize, yeah, you can get Tom Brady on the 49ers. Oh, well, 49ers already passed on Tom once. But I think back to that. And I think back to the human element, the human nature of, we all want that confidence from, parents, from bosses, from people we look up to, like, you're doing the right thing. We trust you, we support you, you're our guy. And I think when Brock was told that they were going after Tom Brady, I think that kind of was the first time he was kind of like, "Oh, this is how it goes. This is the business, right? You're their guy until you're not their guy." And that's what I'm excited for this contract for him, is that when he signs on that dotted line and that direct deposit hits, he's their guy. There's no questioning it. There's no questioning it. They put their money where their mouth was. It actually, like, here's the financial ramifications to prove that you're our guy. And I think that will be free. I think that will free Brock from pressure. I think that will free Brock from maybe any insecurity, doubt, whatever that we all feel as humans, to be like, listen, we got it done. I'm here to stay, guaranteed, locked in. This is my team. No one's coming in to compete with me. We're not calling Tom Brady. We're not calling Sam Darnold. Love you, Mac Jones. You're going to be my pal, but you're my backup because I signed on the dotted line. That's what I'm hopeful for. That's what I expect, and that's what I expect to translate to Brock playing better. I think a contract will make him play better. I think it will remove a ton of self-imposed pressure. And there's already enough pressure playing the quarterback spot than having to worry about stuff off the field. And so that's where I think you're our guy. Sorry, the check bounced. Sorry, our Joan from payroll messed up your account number. Was it this? Are you sure, Joan? Did you get the right number? Come on, Joan. You've been working here for 20 years. Come on. Get it right, Joan. We're going to send you packing. Or where is Tom Sula these days? I think Tom Sula is like winning championships in the European League or something. I don't even know. Well, this was fun, guys. I do appreciate everyone who stopped in. And again, I appreciate everyone who reached out. A lot of people reached out, over those last week or so. I don't want to get into the weeds with any of it, but I do just want to say I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all the continued support. Appreciate everyone who's reached out, showed love for me, not only for me, but for my family and everything. It's definitely been a challenging time and still a process I'm working through. But this is helping me. And I appreciate you guys. The chat was exactly what I needed today. So I really do appreciate it. And, I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of get back into the seat, if you will, and kind of get back to doing 49ers content and doing all that kind of stuff. So again, appreciate you guys. Means the world to me, your support. Again, who knew that just a couple words from some strangers, that we know each other, but we don't know each other. You know what I mean? Could really mean a lot. So I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys. And looking forward to getting some good energy. And I think we got some we got some stuff going. You're right. I was wrong. You guys aren't strangers at all. You're my family, baby. There you go. There you go. Invader says, don't talk to strangers. Hey, Invader, I think I came across your Twitter the other day. Did you know you have me blocked on Twitter? I'm just saying. You've been a phenomenal presence in the chat. I'm like, wait, does Invader have me blocked on Twitter? Wow. He said, no, I didn't. I swear, dude. I swear I came across one of your posts. I'm like, oh, look, it's Invader. I was like, wait, am I blocked? It's like impossible. Yes, I'm gonna, just because I love you, dog. Just because I love you, man. Just because I love you, dude. Dude, I came across, oh my God, I'm like, oh, I've never seen Invader on Twitter. Maybe this is why. I was like, I'd never seen him. I was like, what? I said, next time I see this guy, we're going to have a little chit chat. He's, come on, man. You even have the same profile picture. Oh, I love it. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I knew, I don't know what happened. Maybe I pissed you off sometime back in the day, but I was like, nah, Vader's cool, man. He's always in the chat. Always in the chat, always showing love. I just had to. I had to put it out on the table, man. I'm just saying. Just saying. Hey, appreciate you guys. Shout out to Invader. You guys are the best, man. It's Friday, so I probably won't be back live unless the San Francisco 49ers pay Brock Purdy, or some other craziness goes down. But I will be back Monday. We'll be back to, I think we'll be back to regular scheduled programming, all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Again, I can't say it enough. You guys are the best. Smash that like button on your way out. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys unless they pay Brock Purdy. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see